Hello everyone, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Dutch.
And welcome to episode 1 of Quotable. Thank you for giving us a chance to entertain you.
As we find this quite entertaining ourselves. Every week we're going to go through some of our favorite movies and hopefully some of your favorite movies as well. And what we are going to do is just talk about life, love, and hopefully quote all these movies that we have quoted for years and years and years that we have known each other.
There's always something in the chamber at any opportune moment.
Yeah, I mean, because at what point in life have you ever been where you're just like, oh man, this is just like from that one movie? Or someone says something and you immediately quote a movie or a TV show, and that's what we are here to do.
I know a lot of times when you quote a movie, some of your friends look at you like you have 3 heads, and that is not what we're about. We encourage it, and we hope you leave this podcast quoting even more.
Exactly.
It is allergy season in North Carolina, and oh my God, it has been miserable. I know you can probably hear it in my voice, and I apologize in advance, but it has been a rough one. I didn't go through this crap in Florida, man. It's not right.
Well, like I told you, man, I never had an allergy until I moved to North Carolina.
Yep. You should have given me the heads up. Way to go. I thought you were my friend.
Well, I mean, you kind of just sprung it on me. It's like, you just reached out and you're like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm like, what are you talking about? And you're like, yeah, I'm moving to North Carolina.
You're like, what?
Yeah. What? This is crazy. All right.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to go on a road trip, and I think I'm just going to stay. Yeah, that's one of the joys of working remotely. So if there ever was a positive to the COVIDs, that would be one.
Yeah. Coming at you live from Rehab.
Anyway, we've got a real treat for you. Episode 1 is by far what I think both of us consider the most quotable movie that we've both watched multiple times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this movie, there are very quotable movies, and this is easily within the top 3. I mean, where every single line you can use at some point in time.
And the good thing about this movie is, regardless of what profession you work in, Office Space is something that you can relate to.
Exactly. 1999's classic Office Space.
Man, everybody has those weird coworkers. They have these certain quirks or quips, things that they're known for. And you try never to be that guy as much as humanly possible.
Exactly.
Oh, he's the one that's always doing this. And you know what's funny? Everybody that I talk to about this movie, the only thing that they can ever remember is Milton.
I know. Well, he has that trait. I mean, I'm lucky enough right now that the job that I have, it's a very small group of people. And thankfully I don't work with anyone like these people from this movie, but I have worked with people like the people in this movie.
I had the joy of working in a retail job for 19 years. And once I got into management, they just move you around like you're disposable. And just every different store that I went to, there was at least one. Yeah. If not a multitude of characters, if you will.
Yep, exactly.
Too many to go through now. That's not why we're here. We're here to talk about this movie. Originally, our thought was to just go through scene by scene and just discuss the different quotes that we enjoy. And we tried to record it. Ended up being 3 hours long, and we know.
Yeah, just hold on right there, Professor.
Yeah.
Nobody has that kind of time on their hands.
No.
Nobody wants to listen to us drone on for 3 hours.
It would be a joy, though.
Yeah.
For us.
I kind of have a feeling that if people started listening, they're like, 3 hours? What? These guys are lucky we're not armed.
I didn't sign up for this. Oh, man. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the movie, I suggest you stop this podcast immediately and watch it.
Yeah, we found it on Amazon Prime, and it is a Prime movie. So you do have to watch some ads with it, but it's totally worth it.
Totally.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Okay. So
the premise of the movie, main character is Peter Gibbons, played by Ron Livingston, and he is just miserable in his job. He works at a tech company in a cubicle, and his day-to-day routine has just come to a head, and he can't stand it anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, we've all hit ruts like that in professions and jobs. You hate it.
Yeah, 100%. So when the movie opens, I mean, and without the traffic scene is still fantastic. Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, switching from lane to lane, trying to get just further on.
It really is a metaphor for life.
Yeah,
it's like the harder you try,
the worse it's gonna get.
You're going nowhere, and then there's some old decrepit man who's just walking right by you.
Exactly.
At the very beginning, it's introduced. You're introduced to the three main characters. So you got Peter Gibbons, you got Michael
Bolton.
Is that his real name?
Yep. Unfortunately, is there any relation
to who?
Yeah. And honestly, tell you the truth, when they do that throughout the entire movie, every time someone says his name, they're like, "Wow, is that your real name?" He's like, "Yeah, it is." They always ask him, any relation to the pop singer?
Right.
No.
Like,
just because we have the same name doesn't make us brothers.
Like, when does that ever happen? Like, you wouldn't have the exact same name.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, in all honesty, when people learn that my name is Dutch, they're, hey, any relation to, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in Predator?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Totally.
And when they learn my name is Morgan, they ask me if I'm related to Morgan Freeman. Obviously.
Yeah, I know. Because you guys, it's almost uncanny. I can't. Like, every time I see you, I'm like, whoa, Morgan Freeman at my house.
I know. I don't have that luscious, rich voice of his.
Yeah.
God, I'm envious of that.
But it's allergy season. I mean, what can you do?
It'll get there. It'll just come with time. So, yeah, you got Michael Bolton playing some hardcore rap music in his car.
Yeah. Oh, God. That scene is hysterical.
He is, God, I can't even remember. I have it written down somewhere. The song that he's listening to, and it's No Tears.
Yeah,
that's right. No Tears. Scarface. That's it. Name drop. Solid.
You're welcome, Scarface.
So while he's sitting in traffic, rapping along with this song, he comes to like an intersection. He's got his window rolled down, and there's a gentleman selling flowers on the side of the road.
Yes, who happens to be African American.
That is correct.
Yep.
So a lot of white guys aren't comfortable rapping to music that contains certain lyrics that may or may not be questionable. So his response is to roll up his window and lock the door.
Yep.
And as soon as he passes by him, he just turns it right back up.
I know. I love how inconspicuous he is about it. Just, you just see his finger come up over the door.
Yeah.
And lock it.
He kind of slouches down in the seat.
Yeah.
Still can see you, guy.
Yeah. What I think is funny is the next introduction was Samir's character by AJ Naidu.
Yeah.
Naidu. His is hysterical because he's just stuck in traffic, and because I've been stuck in traffic, and you're just like, oh, come on, move.
Yeah.
And you start blaring obscenities. It's just, they don't make sense.
No, because you can't think straight. You're completely blinded by rage.
Yeah.
That you take it out on your steering wheel.
Yeah. And which is funny because I'm pretty sure that there was one point in time where I was stuck in traffic and I did say, mother shitter, son of an ass. And then you just start violently punching the steering wheel.
Yes. I hope to God that it doesn't break off.
Oh, God. Yeah. No.
Because then you would be the guy that the guy behind you is swearing at.
Exactly. How come you're not driving? Well, it kind of broke my steering wheel off. So
you can still go straight.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you got Peter and Samir. They're both pissed about being in traffic. Michael's the only one who's he's just rolling with the punches, man. He's got his music going. And
yeah, and I believe that helps people get through traffic.
You have to listen to something. take your mind off of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I listen to music when I'm driving.
Yeah, but you notice Peter or Samir didn't have music playing in their cars.
No, they didn't.
There's got to be something about that.
Yep.
So they get to the office, and you can immediately tell that this is a routine that Peter goes through, like every single day. He gets into the office and he shocks his finger on the doorknob.
Yeah. Oh.
Just the fact that he hesitates when he goes to grab it.
Yeah. I mean, I do that at Publix. Like I'll kind of just pat the handle before I go to grab it because I'm terrified. It's like, nope, it's gonna shock me.
Well, you know what it is.
I know.
Whenever they wax the floors, it creates static.
It's awful.
Yeah, so if you have that weird pungent smell, well, not Publix doesn't usually have that, especially when you walk through the bakery. It's just fresh baked bread.
I know. Oh,
and it's divine.
So tempting.
So good. There goes my hips. But good Lord, man. So he shocks himself on the handle, goes and sits down in his cubicle, and you can hear in the background.
The mundane, just monotone.
Somebody answering the phone.
Yeah, it's Nina. Nina.
Corporate accounts payable.
Nina speaking. Just a moment.
And
that's her really only line, roughly almost throughout the entire movie. She has one other line.
Right.
But I mean, just to hear corporate accounts payable, Nina speaking. Just a moment.
In the same tone and cadence.
And over.
Just back to back. Like, who the hell is calling corporate accounts payable from some
at 9:30 in the morning?
Right.
I mean, easily in that one scene, she says it, 15 times?
At least.
Yeah, and you're just like, who's calling? Who's calling a corporate accounts payable?
I'm pretty sure Initech is not making that much money.
Yeah.
We really got to get this check to you, and I need to know where to send it. I want to know what's happening on the other end of those.
I know. I want to know who's making these phone calls.
It's got to be somebody prank calling.
Maybe.
I can't think of anything else.
Which Nina will never find out because she puts everyone on hold.
I know. Who's it going to? And it's like, if you're having to redirect every single one of these calls, you were in a specific department, you think they would have an actual operator to do that.
I know. You'd like to think so.
God, they didn't think that through. Garbage. Man, once the volume finally becomes clear and you can hear her, you can just see this look of dread on Peter's face.
Yeah.
And he hears this every
Why?
day.
Why?
To the point where he dreams about it.
Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, it'd be one of those things where you just sit there and think to yourself, like, come on, Nina.
Mm-hmm.
Just call in sick.
Right.
One day. Just give me one day.
It's like he can I guess he could put on headphones.
Yeah.
At least at a reasonable volume, he can listen to some music or something.
Oh, yeah.
From 9 to 11.
Exactly. Because, if Jennifer, what was her name? Sandra.
Samsonite.
So close. Because if Sandra can listen to her music while she's filing, then, I could listen to my music while I'm collating.
Oh, who wouldn't want to listen to music while they're collating?
Yeah. I don't even know what collating means. I could be collating right now. No idea.
Totally.
Okay.
It looks like you're collating.
Okay.
God, if the listeners could see you now.
Okay.
So Peter immediately, he wants to get out of there. He wants to get out of the office. He goes to...
Who doesn't want to get out of the office?
Yeah. But it's funny, when he goes to grab Michael and Samir...
Let's go to Tchotchke's.
Samir is like... He's like, it's kind of early.
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to go get coffee.
He's like, if I don't leave... I get a feeling if I don't leave now, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
Who hasn't been there?
Yep.
I think that is one of the good things about working in an office setting. Because you're not really tied to a specific schedule per se. I mean, yes, clocking in and then leaving, but I think the breaks are kind of at your leisure.
I think my favorite character in the office has got to be the copy machine. And it's a character just of its own.
It doesn't have any lines.
No, it doesn't have any lines at all, but just the havoc it causes.
So much frustration.
I know. I mean, because I actually have worked with a copy machine like that. Mm-hmm. It was paper jam. There's no paper jam.
There is no paper jam.
You just know. Oh, I actually had a copy machine run out of paper one time and tell me that there was a paper jam.
Really?
Yeah, it took me 15 minutes to realize that there was just no paper.
My boss, he actually looked this up because he's a huge Office Space fan, and he found out PC load letter was an actual error message. It wasn't like something that was made up. And
that's great.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Shout out to you, Tim. I know you're going to listen to at least this one episode. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Like they had this working copy machine or printer, whatever you want to call it, in the office, and ad-libbed, I think both times.
That's great.
At least when Michael fights with it later on in the movie.
Yeah.
He's like, PC load letter, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. And I knew that line was ad-libbed. I read about that.
Right.
That he actually was supposed to have a longer, drawn-out, more conversation with Peter. But it's like that just popped up and that consumed. And it's funny, too, because you love the look on his face because... Like I said, I have worked with a copy machine like that where you're sitting there trying to have a conversation with someone and then it beeps and you look down and that overtakes everything that you're doing, everything that you're talking about because there is yet going to be another problem.
All bets are off at this point.
Yep.
You're never going to get that train back on the tracks.
Exactly.
At all.
And your coworkers know it too. Like they just look at you and you're like, well, this conversation's over.
Right. So they go to Tchotchke's, which is like walking distance from the office building. And, Peter's just like venting about,
What if we're still doing this when we're 50?
Samir is like,
Samir's great.
It would be nice to have that kind of job security. It's like, you're missing the point, man.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing this when I'm 50.
He's like, the problem is like I hate my job and I'm too much of a pussy to quit.
Yeah. He's like, that's why I work at Initech.
Right.
I love how defeated he is when he says it. Well, I guess that's why I'm working at Initech. And then Michael immediately he has a problem with that statement. He's like, what are you talking about? I work at Initech too, and I don't think I'm a pussy.
Yes, I also am not a pussy.
Which is funny because Samir, to me, throughout the entire movie, just seems like the guy who is the bandwagoner of the group. Because it doesn't matter what you're talking about. He's going to agree with whoever he feels makes the stronger case.
I mean, he's not a yes man.
No.
Per se.
Definitely a bandwagoner, though.
Correct.
Whoever's winning the argument, he is the bandwagoner.
He listens for the voice of reason.
Yeah.
And once he hears it, he jumps on it.
Yeah, and exactly. It's like, Peter makes the statement of, well, I'm a pussy. That's why I work at Initech. And then Michael Bolton's like, no. I work at Initech, too. I'm not a pussy. And then Samir's like, well, I can't be a pussy either. So, yeah, no.
I've got to chime in on this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my moment.
Now, is that the part when he's pouring the hazelnut creamer? But he's not pouring it. It's like he squeezed it to burst open the bottom.
I feel like he poked a hole in it with a toothpick or a fork, and he's squeezing the creamer out of one of those little plastic creamer things.
So
that they
odd.
Have. Yeah.
I mean, just peel the top off and pour it in.
But the weird thing, so they're at a restaurant that is similar to, I would say, like Applebee's or something.
Yeah.
And Applebee's does not sponsor this podcast.
No,
by the way,
they do not.
So
it would be nice to have that kind of job security.
I know, right? But they're there. What we can only imagine is around 9:30, 9:45 in the morning, and typically these kinds of restaurants aren't open that early.
Yeah, no.
They open at like 11.
Yeah, but when you would want to start serving lunch.
Right.
Which is really funny because Brian, I think is his
Brian.
name, comes over and offers him, is like, oh, any more, what was it? I know Extreme Fajitas was one of them.
He's like, some kind of jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
Extreme Fajitas, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, but who's going to eat that at 10 a.m.?
I don't know. Someone might. But it's one of those obnoxious waiters that loves his job way too much.
Yeah. Oh, God.
To the point where you just looking at him, you just want to punch him in the face.
Yes.
Metaphorically, I don't advocate violence at all, but
Oh, neither do I. But I mean, I would. Yeah, no. If I ever saw him, I'd hit him. I'd just be like, "Sorry, dude. You just have that type of face."
yes, the face that needs to be punched.
Yep.
So this is a fun conversation. Took a left turn.
Yeah, we are not advocating violence.
No, not at all.
No. But yes, I have worked with someone that is way too excited to be at work.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you're just thinking to yourself, God, I hate this job.
Right.
God, I hate this job. And then here comes Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky, and you're just like, oh, I hate this person because of how much they love this job that I cannot stand.
You're already in a bad mood when you get there. Yeah. Not to mention his boss came over, played by Gary Cole.
Yeah. Oh, Bill Lumberg.
Bill Lumberg. He's got that really just monotone kind of just really low-key personality. He's a spineless boss, but he likes to flex his authority whenever possible.
Which is funny. I mean, because I just love his monotone demeanor and monotone delivery that he gives throughout the entire movie, because I actually used his quotes a lot. Like if me and my boss have to go and do something, and it's something that I just know deep in my heart I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. I always just, if we could just go ahead and not do that. And I don't know why he always feels the need to stretch when he's talking.
I don't know either.
And I wonder, I'll have to read up on that, because I wonder if that's just something where maybe it just feels more natural.
If that was a choice that he made as an actor.
Yeah, because it's so weird. Because almost every single time he's talking to someone, he's got to stretch somehow.
Maybe it's because, like, while I'm stretching, I can really emphasize the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Hey, Peter. What's happening? You have a little problem with your TPS reports?
Yeah. No, I know. I just forgot this one time.
You see, we're putting the new cover sheets on all the TPS reports.
Oh, God, it is so awful, too, because he's trying to justify, like, no, I know all about it, but it's like I just forgot this one time.
Didn't you get that memo?
Yeah, I got it right here. And then Bill, I love Bill when he even tells me, he's like, all right, we'll get you another copy of that memo.
Right. After telling him, so if you can go ahead and try to remember to do that from now. And it's like, he doesn't come across as like an aggressive, like angry sounding boss at all.
No.
But the fact that he's not listening to anything you're saying makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Like, I think I would almost rather be yelled at.
Yeah, I would too.
Like, give me something to feed off of. But at least pay attention to what I'm telling you.
Oh, and just the fact that immediately right after he leaves, there's another boss that comes by and has the exact same conversation with him.
Dom Portwood.
Yeah, just, yes, I know. I already had a boss come and talk to me about this. Mm-hmm. And I don't need another boss, but starts to go over the exact same thing.
It's the same
I
conversation.
literally just talked about with someone else. And I told you I just talked about it with someone else. It's like, no, they don't care.
Oh, but the slap on the back as he's leaving.
Yeah. Oh.
My first boss used to do that to me. It would drive me insane. And this is, I was younger. I used to go to the beach, more frequently, and I would get tan.
Right.
Sunburnt. At least the initial quote unquote tan would become a burn, and he would still slap me on the back. I'm like, oh! And I wanted to scream at him, but I just couldn't. He wasn't a mean boss, but he was one of those guys that kind of held you back because he didn't want to lose you, and I think that's even worse.
Yeah.
7.5 years to get promoted by another man with the same name as me. Not right. That's not right, Michael.
Oh, man. I've had bosses like that before that, you get, I don't want to say, you just like the lecture or whatever from one boss, and you're like, okay, it'll never happen again. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I forgot to do that. And then immediately, like, you have another boss that calls you or walks up to you and they're like, yeah, so, you forgot to do this. It's like, yeah, I know, I've already had this conversation, but then they proceed to tell you the exact same thing over again. You're like, yeah, no, I got it.
You all need to work on your communication because
exactly.
This seems like a bit of a waste of time, if you ask me. Oh, but when they're at Tchotchkes, you get introduced to the love interest.
Yep, of Peter Gibbons.
Yes.
The lovely Joanna.
Yeah.
Played by Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I know most of you have probably never heard of her, but she is a lovely actress. She's done a few things here and there.
And she's pretty easy on the eyes.
She's not ugly. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. I'll tell you that much.
Not one
I
bit.
always say.
I like Tom Smikowski's introduction when they're leaving Tchotchkes.
Oh, when they're on
and
their
he comes
way back.
running up and they're like, "Oh, what's up with Tom?" And he's like, "I'm probably working on another heart attack."
I like how they're running down this like grassy like knoll or little channel. I guess it's like a washway, whatever you want to call it. And he's like tripping over his feet, trying to get up the hill, but he's talking at the same time because he found out that there's going to be consultants coming to the office.
Yep, which in his eyes can only mean everyone's getting fired.
Yep, you're interviewing for your own job.
What a paranoia.
Yes. And he's the type of guy that he feels like every opportunity he's going to get fired, he's going to get fired.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to present itself, and Michael's trying to be the voice of reason. He's like, well...
You've been saying this for 5 years, Tom.
You still have a job, so...
Yeah. I love his quick comeback. He's like, yeah, for now.
Yeah. What you're really doing is interviewing for your own job.
What's really funny is, to me, it just seems like they have this conversation every week. Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like almost, where it's just like, oh, God, not again.
The interaction between Michael and Tom, you just get the impression that Michael can't stand Tom.
Yeah. And to me, it seems like Tom really loves Michael's friendship.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what he's getting out of it. It's definitely not reciprocated. So yeah, he's really afraid about these consultants coming in, and
I love also when they're back in the office and he's looking at the paper and he tells everyone, there are people out there that don't have to put up with this.
Yeah,
millionaires.
He's like, you see, what you have to do is you have to use your mind and come up with a really great idea.
Like the guy who invented the pet rock, which is a horrible idea.
Yeah,
it is. It was such a bad idea, but
the guy made $1 million.
I love Michael's response. He's like, "You really think the pet rock was a great idea?"
Right. Well, yeah. If you make $1 million, that justifies it.
Exactly. It does justify it. Be like, well, who cares if it's a bad idea? I mean, I'm a millionaire.
And I had an idea like that once.
Really, Tom? What was it?
Well, okay. It's a jump to conclusions, Matt.
It is such a bad idea.
It's a horrible idea. You see, it would be this mat that you put on the ground and have a bunch of conclusions on it that you could jump to.
But makes me wonder, it's like, how do you jump to this conclusion? Do you have to shut your eyes and jump? Mm. Because, there could be one, like a conclusion could be like, quit my job. That's really bad advice.
Right.
Unless you have another job already lined up. Don't just walk in the next day and be like, okay, well, the mat told me to quit my job, so I'm here to quit my job.
It's like a floor version of the Magic 8-Ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you see this thing come to fruition, it is exactly as you would imagine it. It's just awful.
Yeah, it's so horrible.
We'll get to that later, though. When you get to meet one of the first consultants, played by
Bob Slidell. Yeah, one of my favorite actors, John C. McGinley.
He is fantastic.
He is. Everything that I've ever seen him in, I've absolutely loved.
Just the outfit alone.
Yeah. Oh, the suspenders. Mm-hmm. I want to try and find a pair of those suspenders. Now, people, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you owe it to yourself to watch this movie just for the suspenders.
And if they never noticed it before, they're never going to forget it.
Exactly. They made these suspenders back in the 90s. And it was kind of more in the early to mid 90s when they were popular. Now, this movie did take place in 1999, but they are the braided
leather
belt looking suspenders. Like,
right.
I mean, I had a belt that looked exactly like these suspenders.
I think every guy that grew up, was born in the 80s, probably had one of these belts at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Because your mom went to the store and came home and was like, I got you a brand new belt.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
But I think all the moms met at like JCPenney. And they're like, yeah, I'm here to get Bradley my new belt.
Apparently,
like,
these are in right now.
Oh, well, I'm getting little Timmy the new belt too. And then, here's my mom like, well, I'm going to get this for Dutch because he's really going to love it.
He's going to love this belt.
And
I get
really,
it in 2 colors.
Yeah. You'll get it in black and brown.
Yes. I think that was the only 2 options.
Yes. And then they're like, and then it's funny because you get home and the black one, my mom would always, oh, here you go, Dutch. You can wear your black one to school and then you can wear the brown one to church. And oh man, if I was ever caught wearing that brown one anywhere but church, it was my hide.
I would have thought it would be the other way around.
No, you'd like to think so.
Yeah, I would. I still do. That's not going away. Oh man, I found the appetizers. Pizza shooters, shrimp poppers, and extreme fajitas.
Nice. See? Definitely not food you want to eat, 1, with coffee.
No.
And 2, at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And he's like trying to push these appetizers on them. They're like, nope, just the coffee for now. He's like, oh, sounds like someone's got a case of the Mondays.
Oh, a case of the Mondays. It's horrible.
That's the other thing. Everybody's got that one person that's like, they're so cliche. Every Monday they have their little catchphrases. And there's a temp that works there. I think she's one of the temp or assistant. I don't really know what.
Well, I know in the credits it listed her as Lumberg's assistant, which I think there were 3 other people that were Lumberg's assistants as well in the credits.
Like, this guy must be doing something right.
Yeah,
but yeah, she comes around when she's passing out memos.
That's when Peter says he was like, I got to get out of here, and she's the first one to coin it and just be like, well, it sounds like someone's got a case of the Mondays,
right? But when she tries to hand out the memos to Samir and Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic scene. She can't say Samir's last name.
Well, it's funny because she can't say Samir.
Yeah.
Instead of saying Samir, she's like, Sam Iyer?
Right.
Naga. And I love that he's standing right there and he's just, okay, give me the paper.
Yes.
And just takes the paper.
But the mannerisms, just his body language, it's just like he puts his hand up to accept this paper, and his face is just like don't hurt yourself. Yeah. Just hand me the memo. Let's move on.
But it's funny because right after she's reading Michael Bolton's name off of his memo, and she's
not a hard name to say.
Yeah, no. I mean, you look at it and you're just Michael Bolton or Michael Bolton. But this is exactly how she delivers the line. Michael Bolton? Right. It's like a 5-second pause.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's trying to comprehend that, oh my God, this guy has the same name as pop singer Michael Bolton.
Well, here's my question. You're handing out these memos. You have to know who you're going to anyway. So she would have had to already read those names unless it just listed cubicle number.
Yeah, and that doesn't make any sense. Also, because was it like her first day? You get the impression that, Samir and Michael have been working there for years and years and years.
Right.
And she, has never once had a run-in with either of these guys? Like, she's never handed out a memo before?
She's never even seen them. They're hiding in their cubicles.
Oh, my God. Oh, God, hysterical.
Well, she walks away, and Samir is immediately like, he's like, I don't understand why anybody can't pronounce my name. Nain Najar.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
But I love Michael, too, because I like how he's trying to put up the fight like, my name is far worse than yours. Mm-hmm. Because he's like, well, at least you're not named Michael Bolton.
Michael, there's nothing wrong with this name.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with that name. It's like, until I was about 12 years old and that no-talent ass clown got famous and started winning Grammys.
Why don't you just go by Mike?
No, why should I change my name? He's the one who sucks.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Which is funny because, I mean, Michael Bolton, I mean, if you are a fan, he doesn't suck. He's a good singer.
He's a decent, you know what?
Yeah.
For my money, it doesn't get better than when he sings When a Man Loves a Woman.
I celebrate the guy's entire catalog.
I am a Michael Bolton fan. Oh, man. This is just an introduction to the kind of day that you probably just have a rinse and repeat kind of thing.
Yeah. Which just, I mean, it sounds horrible. I mean, it makes for good entertainment when you're watching it on TV, but
right.
I know I could never go through something like that, which is why he feels he has to go see the hypnotherapist.
Right. There's a major point in the movies because he wants to get zonked out so he doesn't think he's at work.
Yeah, he wants to think he's been fishing all day, which that would be, I mean, I wouldn't complain about that.
I mean, I can think of other things I'd rather be doing than work, but fishing, that was never something that I picked up.
Well, there's fishing where you're out on a boat and you're actually like fishing with a rod and reel, and then there's fishing where you're like sitting on a pier drinking beer.
I'm right there with you on that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, are you going to go fishing or are you going to go fishing?
Yeah.
So
number 2. That's what we're going to do.
Exactly.
But, man, he goes home that night. And you know he's had that rough day, and out of nowhere you hear a voice come through the wall.
His neighbor Lawrence.
Diedrich Bader.
Who was actually a very successful actor, but he does a lot of voice work.
Right, he does. He does a ton of voice work, but this is by far one of my favorite characters that he's ever done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, easily. He's got this fantastic mullet.
Yeah, and the mustache to boot, the handlebar mustache.
Yeah, the Fu Manchu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so great. So great. And the way he like portrays a redneck hillbilly construction worker is phenomenal. Because I used to work in construction a long time ago, and I did know guys like that.
Yeah.
That had the Fu Manchu mustache and a mullet. And I'm like, well, why don't you just grow all your hair long? And they're like, man, I just wear the mullet so my neck don't get burned when I'm out there in the sun.
You know, that
it's like, well,
I can understand that.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there thinking, you know, you could have all your hair long, and guess what? It'll still cover your neck.
But then it might just get too hot. So Lawrence shouts through the wall of the apartment because he knows that Peter's home. Hey, Peter, check out this chick. And it's funny because, like, I'm sure people have had neighbors, like, that they actually talk to, that they actually are friends with and interact with. I don't know if this conversation has ever taken place, but the fact that he's annoyed that they can hear each other through the wall is hysterical to me.
Yeah. But it's funny because throughout the movie, I mean, they seem like they're really good friends. Like, it seems that, you know, I mean, even later on in this conversation, they start talking about going on a fishing trip this weekend.
Right.
So it seems like they do stuff together. So it seems like they are really good friends.
Right. But it's more the fact that if somebody's going to talk to Peter, he'd rather be face to face. So his response is, damn it, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Can't you just pretend we can't hear each other through the wall?
Just come over, man.
Right.
I love how fast he shoots out of his door and walks straight into Peter's apartment.
Yeah.
And it's like he knows where everything is. Like, he walks in and immediately grabs a remote. It's like he didn't have to look for it or ask Peter and be like, hey, man, where's your remote? I want to show you this.
No. This is not the first time this has happened.
Exactly. Like, this almost seems like it's an everyday thing.
Yeah. I would only imagine this was on, like, PBS or something. He changes the channel to some, like, documentary, like checking for breast cancer or something.
Yeah, and there's a beautiful topless girl on the TV checking her breasts for lumps.
Yeah. And the reaction that Peter gives is not a typical reaction that a guy would give.
I know, because, I mean, if it was me, I'd be like, ooh, that's a hot lead.
Yes, immediately. But no, Peter seems like offended, but
it's just
more
like disgusted a little bit.
How
can you watch this,
Lawrence?
man? How could you watch this?
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
I thought you'd want to see this.
It's like, I don't know. Doesn't that chick kind of look like Anne?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, I guess.
Man, she hasn't been around very often lately. Are you guys still together?
Yeah, I guess so. I just like how he's unsure about that.
Right.
I mean, you know, your relationship with someone, which, I mean, I guess that's why he's also going to see a hypnotherapist.
Yeah, and then the repeated joke.
Yeah.
In this movie, Peter's like talking about, he's like, sometimes I get the feeling that she's cheating on me.
And everybody always replies with, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about."
Right.
It's like,
What the hell is that
what?
supposed to mean?
Exactly.
Right. But Lawrence, he's like, I don't know, man. I just get the feeling when I look at her, she's the type of girl that would just...
I like how he stops, but then just shudders.
Like, what is going on in his head? He's playing some scenarios out in his mind.
Yeah.
And yeah.
She's been around the round table, buddy.
Yeah, and then he like looks at Peter, and he immediately just picks up on the body language, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm just talking out of my ass. Way to read the room, Lawrence.
Yeah. I do like that, Peter gets up and goes and gets a beer, which, I think that shows something. But what's funny is he immediately changes the subject, and probably one of the best interactions, or at least facial expressions you see in the entire movie, is when he's like, "Hey, Lawrence, if you ever go to work and there's, someone says, sounds like someone's got a case of the Mondays." He's like, "Do they ever do that?" But Diedrich Bader's face just almost in like surprise, and like, that's the stupidest question I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to say anything like this ever.
Right. No, man.
And I love the pauses in between him saying no, because it
progressively gets like, God, the more he thinks about it,
the
worse.
Because he's actually thinking about it.
Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that. Oh, but man, when he's sitting on the couch and he's talking about the work that he's like, man, I got to get my ass up at 6 a.m. every day this week. We're doing the drywall at the new McDonald's.
Yeah, I love the pride in his voice when he said, "Yeah, I'm doing the drywall at the new McDonald's."
He seems very excited about that. Totally. In Las Colinas.
Yep.
I don't know where that is, but it sounds like it's in California somewhere.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you never find out about this entire movie. Out of all the license plates that you see, it just says USA. So this could be anywhere USA.
It's really, really any town, USA.
Yeah.
Zip code 12345. But yeah, Peter's talking about, they mentioned the fishing trip, and that he's like, I think Lumberg's going to have me work this weekend.
And what I love about that is, because Lawrence is getting a beer out of the fridge, and Peter just opened his beer and went to hand him the bottle opener, and Lawrence is just like, "Nah, it's all right, I got it." Right. Just pulls his keys out.
He's got his own bottle opener.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be disappointed if he didn't.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then when they start talking about the $1 million, but I do like Diedrich Bader when he tells him how to get out of working on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "Well, your boss is normally going to ask you on Friday, so you duck out a little bit early, turn off your answering machine, and you're home free."
Yeah. He's like, actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. And
fucking A.
But I do like when they're talking about the $1 million, because they want to know what you would do if you had $1 million. And Diedrich Bader, I love the intensity, because it's almost like he's been asked this question before. Like, "Hey, man, what would you do if you had $1 million?" And he probably thought about it the first time, but now he has it like ready to go.
In case anybody ever asked this question.
Yeah. What would you do if you had $1 million?
I'll tell you exactly what I'd do. 2 chicks at the same time.
Which is great, because Peter laughs it off like, "Oh, that's pretty funny." But his intensity of just staring at him like, "No.
Oh, totally deadpan.
Yeah, this is mine. No, that's my dream."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "So if you were, it's like, if you had $1 million, you'd just do 2 chicks at the same time?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, chicks dig dudes with money." And he was like, "Well, not all chicks." And he's like,
"The type of chicks that would double up on a dude like me too."
But I love his response where he's like, "Good point."
Right. He's like, "So what about you, man?"
And then I just love how he's, "Well, you mean besides 2 chicks at the same time?"
Well, yeah.
It's just so great, because Lawrence is sitting there thinking, "Oh, well, that's everybody."
Yeah.
Everybody, if you had $1 million, every man's going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to do 2 chicks at the same time."
Obviously.
Yeah.
If that's not the first thing on your agenda, then you're doing it all wrong.
Exactly.
But yeah, Peter tries to duck out.
Yep.
And,
but he gets stopped by Bill Lumbergh.
yes, 4:45.
Exactly.
Totally.
Okay.
Everybody has their routine that they have to go through before they leave work. And because he's a software engineer, he's got to save his progress or whatever on his outdated dot matrix computer that he's got. And it's going through this slow, tedious process of just saving.
Yeah, which I remember those days when you had to shut off a computer. You just didn't go to the start, shut down, and then it immediately turned off.
Couldn't be that easy.
Yeah, no. So many things had to take place.
Mm-hmm.
It had to refresh your drive. It had to, save your progress. There's so much stuff
preparing to save.
Exactly.
Stop preparing to save and just save the goddamn thing. And you can see how impatient he's getting because he wants to get the hell out of work.
Exactly, because he does not want to be approached by Bill Lumbergh to ask if he can work Saturday and also Sunday.
Right. So he pokes his head over the cubicle and he sees Bill coming out of his office to make his rounds. And I don't know if he's the direct supervisor over everybody in this office. I can only imagine he is. But the fact that it's like he almost targeted Peter specifically.
Yeah, because it does make me wonder how many other people he asked in the office.
Because Peter's cubicle is pretty far away from the office in relation to all the other rows.
Yeah, and you do see Bill stop and talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't really look like he's asking them to come in Saturday and Sunday.
You know why? It's the TPS reports.
Yep.
He has a feeling if he doesn't address this now.
Yep.
But as soon as Peter's computer is ready to be shut down, he gets up and he's face to face with Lumbergh.
Yep. Oh, it's horrible.
Hey,
the one thing he wanted to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He had one job.
Exactly, because he's going to go see a hypnotherapist. Then tomorrow he wants to go fishing with his friend. And then by golly gee willikers, he gets screwed.
Peter, I'm going to need to go ahead and ask you to come in tomorrow.
Yeah.
We had to let some people go.
Yeah, and of course he's going to do it because, he's a pussy.
Right.
That's why he works at Initech.
As previously stated. I'm also going to need you to come in on Sunday. We need to sort of play catch up. Yeah, totally bummed out. This is the night that he goes to the hypnotherapist.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's a great scene.
So his girlfriend, Anne, who you only see briefly.
And then I think she has two friends there as well.
It's almost like this is an intervention.
Yeah, which it's really funny because the therapist, is trying to find out about Peter. And Peter tells him, that how much he hates his job. And he goes on about how every day that you see him is the worst day of his life.
And what's the last thing that a therapist is going to say to you?
The last thing that the therapist is going to say is exactly what the therapist says.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
That's messed up. And he apologizes too. He's like, oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, after Anne shoots him a look.
Yeah.
It's like, who's running the show here?
Exactly.
She's the type of girlfriend that has to wear the pants in every situation.
Yeah, and that's when Peter tells him, he just wants to be hypnotized to think, maybe I've been fishing all day and not at work.
Well, that's not exactly what we do here.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think I could help you.
And honestly, tell you the truth, every time I watch the movie, I think exactly what Peter's thinking. I don't know what a hypnotherapist does, but I imagine it would be, oh, well, just kind of zonk me out, and every day I go to work, just make it seem like I'm doing something else.
Logically.
Yeah.
What else would you need them to do?
Yeah.
So he still proceeds with the hypnotizing, the hypnotization?
Yeah.
What would you call that? The
hypnosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hypnosis.
That's it.
And
I'm a little slow.
Yeah.
But I'm getting better.
But I do like Michael McShane's character, that's the therapist, but I love the way he does the hypnosis because his voice, and I never noticed it until watching this movie, but his voice is
it's actually
very
pretty
soothing.
It really is.
Yeah, so he's telling him, I want you to just let everything go. From your fingers all the way to your toes. Just relax every bone in your body.
The typical,
yeah,
arms, your legs.
Yeah, and it's almost like immediately Peter's hypnotized.
You can see it, yeah. Just look, relaxation just washing over him.
Yeah, and he's just, oh well, let me. It's like okay. He's like, and Gonna count back from 3.
Mm-hmm.
3. Deeper and deeper. But then you almost immediately see him bust out, sweating profusely.
Oh, he starts from 10, but as he gets to around 3, 3, 2, you can tell something's not right.
But the whole time he just keeps telling him, he's like, deeper and deeper.
Way down.
Just way down. And he starts shaking his hand and trying to, like, his fingers are going numb in his left arm, so he's trying to shake it off.
And he's a big dude, and I've noticed that, a lot of larger people have a tendency, like, when they're sitting down to, like, have both their hands resting on their chest.
Yeah.
Chestal region.
Yeah. It's their stomach. I mean, come on. It's right. On the top of their stomach.
Okay. Yes, the shelf.
Yep.
But he's, as he starts sweating, he's using one hand to kind of, like, talk him down.
Deeper and deeper.
And then his other hand just starts, like, pumping, like he's losing feeling in his fingers. And
deeper and deeper.
Oh, yeah. And then
when he gets to 1, he just keels over.
Completely collapses.
Yeah. And Peter, who is now hypnotized, doesn't care.
Yes, because he never made it to 0.
Yeah, because everything washed away. So all these people are trying to, like, oh, call 911. We got to do this. We got to do this. And then I don't know why Anne took her hand and just did that, like, stupid little fan thing. Like, that was going to work.
She fans his face, and she's going, ooh, ooh. Like, what is... You're helping. Good job.
Yeah. So then the next day, Peter sleeps in because, he doesn't care. He gets up when his alarm clock goes off and then realizes, well, I don't care. I'm not going to go to work.
But the funny thing is, his alarm goes off at 8 a.m. He never hits snooze.
No, he doesn't.
It off.
And that drives me insane because I don't know how he can go back to sleep.
I couldn't sleep through that.
No.
Because it's the typical 90s alarm clock with that obnoxious, nobody wants to hear that. The one that would never make you want to hit snooze because every 9 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know who decided 9 minutes is the ideal.
I know. I don't understand that either.
I mean, you just need to get up.
Yeah. So... But no, it's funny because he misses like 17 calls from his boss because he finally wakes up at 3:30, misses 17 calls from his boss, and as soon as he gets up, he's just going through them. And
the fact that
every delivery is the same monotone. It's like, yeah.
And that really dates the movies because it's on his answering machine.
Yeah.
Not voicemail. He had an actual answering machine.
Which I think is phenomenal. But what I do love is the monotoneness of him delivering every single message. Like, yeah, it's not a half day. We're all here at work.
We started at 9 at the usual time. It's not a half day or anything like that.
Every message is, yeah, hi, it's Bill Lumberg again.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi.
Oh, yeah, and he calls again, and he's like, I was away from my desk. I just wasn't sure if you had called back or anything.
Yeah, thought you might have called again. But then Ann calls.
Mm-hmm.
So he picks up and she was like, yeah, what's wrong with you? But I love the way he answers the phone. So the phone rings and he answers. He's like, hello? I don't know why.
He does say it really weird. Hello?
Yeah. Like, one, he's surprised that his phone would even ring.
Yeah.
And 2, I guess maybe it's just his non-caring attitude or whatever, their new lease on life. But it just, it's so perfect when he answers. It's hello?
It was an adjustment. Why is my voice so high?
Yeah.
And I want to know, like, if work called her to find out where he was. Like, how does she know that he didn't show up to work?
Yeah, I don't know that either because it never says what Ann does. So I don't know if she works in the same building as him or
you don't know.
Yeah, it's like, how do you know that I'm not at work on a Saturday if you're not here with me?
Mm-hmm. What are you doing? You're supposed to be at work hours ago.
Yeah. He's like, well, I didn't feel like it.
Which I think is the greatest answer.
Which is funny because in her immediate response is, well, what has gotten into you lately?
Mm-hmm.
It's like whatever happened just happened 12 hours ago.
First, you just sit there while
this guy dies.
Right.
It's like, and then you just get up and leave and go out to the car. Like, embarrass me in front of my friends? And you're just kind of sitting there like, what? So it's not like they've been going through this for the past couple months. Like, this literally just happened last night.
Yeah.
So you can't come to me and be like, oh, well, what's gotten into you lately?
Mm-hmm.
So what's gotten into you the past 12 hours?
He immediately hangs up on her, which I can't say that I blame him.
No, I don't blame him either.
But it's weird is when she calls back, it jumps right to the answering machine. Like, I think it rings once,
Yeah. And it's not even like a full ring. It's like a half ring.
Right. And then when she chews him out on the answering machine, she's screaming so loud that it actually like scoots across his countertop.
Yeah. Like the reverberations in her voice just make the machine physically move.
So shrill. By the way, I'm cheating on you.
So his suspicions were correct.
Yes. She was very obvious about it. She was not discreet. And she haunted his dreams.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
But I love that he just goes back to bed. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so he's just gonna sleep the weekend away, which to me sounds glorious.
He woke up at 3:30 in the afternoon, I believe.
Yeah, and then had a 4-minute conversation, then just said, "Screw it, going back to bed."
Right.
Went back to bed. Mm-hmm. I mean, which sounds nice. Mm-hmm. It sounds like heaven almost.
Yeah, because I don't think you even see what he did on Sunday.
No, it just immediately goes back to Monday morning, and they're all back in the office, and that's when you meet both Bobs.
Right.
Are in there, and then they start going through the interviews, which Tom's interview is hysterical because I love John C. McGinley for numerous reasons. One, I mean, the guy himself, like, he can whistle, but I firmly believe that he has maybe 30 to 40 different style of whistles he can do.
He's been practicing.
Yeah. And anybody who knows John C. McGinley knows exactly what I'm talking about. I just love his facial expressions when he's doing the interviews. And like with Tom Smikowski, what is it you say you do here?
Right. The way he explains it, it's just like...
But it's funny because he's trying to be nice, but also to be like, we think that you're useless. Mm-hmm. You know that you're useless, but you're going to try and defend on why you deserve the job.
Well, they're trying to get him to admit that he is useless.
Yeah.
And he could be replaced or just let go.
Yeah, he's like, I take the spec sheets from the customer and take them to the engineers. It's like, well, why can't the customer just take them to the engineers? And it's like...
Because they're not good with people.
Well, what's funny is, what spec sheets does this guy... do the customers have access to? I mean, now granted, I was still, I don't want to say a kid. I mean, but I never had to worry about this kind of stuff in the 90s. I mean, because in 1999, when this movie came out, I was 20. So, but I do love that on how much he defends it when he was like, no, he goes, I'll tell you why. It's like, because engineers aren't good with the customers. So then they have to reiterate, like, so you take them from the customer and you actually bring it to the engineer. And he's just, well, no, I don't.
Well, sometimes.
My secretary does. It's like, well, or they're faxed.
Right.
But it's just like, and then after that, I love how he loses his cool.
It escalates quickly.
Yeah, very quickly. And he's like, I'll tell you, he's like, I'm a people person. I'm good at dealing with people. Why can't you people see this?
Mm-hmm. There's no convincing.
Which is just showing how bad he is with people.
He can't even have a simple conversation.
Nope.
Good stuff. Peter goes to ask out Joanna.
Yeah. Which that scene's funny.
He doesn't even go to work on Monday morning.
No, he just walks right in. Mm-hmm. Or walks right up to Tchotchke's.
Mm-hmm. And then see B-Ray.
Yeah, and
hey, Brian.
And what's funny is she's great, like getting menus from the front hostess area. Mm-hmm. So he just walks in. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing for lunch?" Which any waitress would probably mistake that as, "Oh, well, our specials are," and that's what she's telling him. She's like, "It's just right here on the board."
Right.
And walks off. And I love his little chuckle right after. He's like,
like he knows.
Yeah. Oh, you're playing hard to get, huh?
I see what you did there.
I know what's going on.
So as he tries to chase after her, he sees Brian.
Yep.
Hey, table for 3? Right. And he's like, you again?
Yeah.
You're back already? Something like that. And God, just this subtle motion, Peter, he just like extends his arm and just kind of guides Brian out of the way.
Yeah.
And he's a smaller guy.
I'm not here to see you, Junior.
Right. You're just...
You can take your shrimp poppers and extreme fajitas.
Shove it. You're prolonging the inevitable, my friend. This date is going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's like, I was asking you what you're doing for lunch.
Yeah, I do like that she's, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this.
Well, she couldn't believe that he was even asking to begin with. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
Like, Like, why was that so shocking? She's an attractive young lady.
Yeah. And I mean, most men want to look at themselves and be like, well, I'm an attractive guy. She's an attractive woman. Why not?
Let's make this happen.
Exactly.
Once he sees that she may or may not be comfortable with this transaction here.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have lunch next door, and if you want to meet me, no problem.
Yeah.
He's like, and if you don't, then that's cool too.
Yeah. And I think a lot of girls would probably appreciate that kind of thing, where it's just like, oh wow, like either way, this guy is not going to be hurt. He's not going to be mad.
Yeah.
Which I would probably be the exact same way, because if I was asking out someone and I'm like, hey, what are you doing later? I mean, I don't know this person, and because to me that's what dating is. You get to know someone, and like if one of those things, if they're like, no, I'm not going to. I don't understand why guys get like upset.
It's not
and
the
hurt.
end of the world.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well,
just wasn't meant to be, man.
Yeah, which I love her response when he just goes walking away, and she's like, "Oh, when you say next door, do you mean flingers or Chili's?"
Oh, flingers.
Flingers.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we're all going to Flingers later. Do you want to come?
Hey, me and some buddies were heading over to Flingers. Gonna get some coffee, maybe some shooters. Yeah, want to come?
Possibly some extreme fajitas.
So I love that he goes over there, and she does end up joining him, and I like that she is impressed.
She's really impressed with this restaurant.
It's almost. I mean, it just looks like a K&W cafeteria or something.
It's typical, just boring interior restaurant decor.
Yeah, it's like everyone there. I mean, their outfits are red polos and khaki pants.
Mm-hmm.
And she even talks about it. She was like, "Oh, I like their uniforms." It's like, "What's okay?" It's like Target's restaurant.
It really looks like they could work at Target.
Yeah.
But the fact that he doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
She's like, "Wow, this place is really nice." He's like, "Is it?" Yeah. He's so focused on what he's there to do.
Yeah.
And he reads one of her buttons.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Really? And it's funny. She plays this, I don't know, uncomfortable kind of, like she doesn't know if she's supposed to be there. She's really worried about being seen.
Yeah.
I think it was because she's still wearing her work uniform at a competing restaurant. Perhaps.
Yeah, which is funny because it's like even if she took her break, I believe that she had her little apron on still.
She had the suspenders on.
What the waiters and waitresses carry, what they wear around their waists, where they put their book and everything.
Yeah.
I think she was still wearing that, which is kind of odd, but funny.
But she's sitting there. She's playing with her hair like the whole time. Like she's like she doesn't know what to do with her hands.
Yeah.
She's here with this guy that she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She feels like she's doing something wrong, and she's oblivious to the fact that he's reading one of her buttons.
Yeah.
He has to point it out.
He's like, "No, it's on your button." And she's like, "Oh, that's just one of my pieces of flair."
He's like, "What's a piece of flair?"
She's like, with the suspenders and the buttons, and she starts going on about it. And she's like, "Yeah, we're required to wear 15 pieces." And that's what she's like, "I don't even know what they say. I just grabbed them." I don't like talking about my flair. So
what is it that you do, Peter?
Yeah, and then so he goes on about what he does. He's like, I write code for Initech. And he was like, yeah, for the 2000 switch. There are all these thousands of lines of code that I just love. It's almost like her eyes glazing over, but she's looking around like, how can I get out of this date?
Right.
It just started, and it's going absolutely horrible.
Right. So
he catches on to that pretty quickly, and he's just like, I don't want to talk about it. I hate my job. And I'm just not going back. And I love her reaction, like, oh, ha, okay. And, I mean, he's dead serious.
It's like, so you're going to quit?
No, I'm just not going back. So I guess it's almost like the problem would work itself out naturally.
I think so. That's the logic, at least.
Yeah.
So aren't you going to get fired?
I don't know. I don't care.
I'm just not going to go.
Yeah, I'm just not going to go.
Well, what are you going to do about money and paying bills?
I don't like paying bills either. I'm just not going to do that.
And when did you decide all of this?
Yeah, about an hour ago.
So true.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been there. It's like, oh, God, I hate this job. I don't want to go back to it.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
It's like, I'll tell you what I want to do. So I want to take you to dinner. And then after that, we can go back to my apartment and watch Kung Fu. Do you watch Kung Fu? And her expression changed. Just, what?
Yes.
Like, did we just become best friends?
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's all.
I fell in love with you.
That's all it's a Kung Fu, a show that I have never in my life watched.
I love Kung Fu. Is it Channel 39?
Totally.
Okay. You come over tonight and watch Kung Fu? Okay. Okay.
Can we order lunch first?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That was it. That sealed the deal right there.
Yeah. Kung Fu. Channel 39. Totally. But I love, his ever-growing relationship with her. And it does, show them quite a bit throughout the rest of the movie, sitting in his place watching Kung Fu. But still hearing Lawrence on the other side.
And, well, they do go fishing with him, too.
Yeah.
So she develops a friendship with him.
Yeah.
Just by proximity.
Yeah, and I think that, it never really says, but, I kind of imagine that Lawrence probably really likes her.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so, you always know that didn't like Anne. But I love when Peter goes back to work after the date at Flingers.
Oh, yeah.
And he's walking in. Michael's reaction when he walks in, because, Peter didn't go to work over the weekend.
Yeah.
He just stayed at home, did nothing.
And it was everything that he imagined it could be.
Yeah, but Michael's look on his face like, Peter, what are you doing here? I thought you were going to come in and shoot the place up. I was like, why? Why? Because I didn't come in over the weekend? Now I'm going to come in Monday and kill everyone?
Why would you assume that?
Yeah, I don't know. And I think that's Michael. I think that's how Michael thinks, is with everything. It's like, oh, there's going to be an issue. There's going to be a situation.
It's always worst case
Everyone's going to
scenario.
die.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So...
You're going to get fired. You're going to get shot.
He's like, well, why'd you even come in? He's like, hey, I just had a lunch that I absolutely loved. And he's like, I'm just here to get my address book because there is a phone number I do not want to lose.
Another thing that dates this movie is the fact that he could have written her number down anywhere.
Yeah.
He could have written it on a napkin at Flingers.
Yeah.
But instead, he decides to walk into work wearing casual clothes.
Yeah.
Because they're in an office setting. Everybody's wearing...
He's wearing jeans, flip-flops, and a short sleeve button-down shirt.
Like a Hawaiian-looking shirt almost.
Yeah. But it's funny because Michael's like, oh, well, you got your interview with the Bobs, or the consultants. I love that they talked about that the week before, but it's like he completely forgot. Because when Michael tells him, oh, you have your interview with the consultants, and he's just like, the who?
The who?
Huh?
Right.
What? What are we talking about?
And then it immediately kicks in.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. Right.
It's like, no, you got to postpone it. And he was like, no way.
You're sick.
Yeah. He's like, no way. He's like, I feel great.
Right.
Best day of my life.
Best day of my life. It's weird is because it cuts to the Bobs in the office.
Yeah.
And so I guess coming up we have Peter. And it's just, he completely forgot that he had a meeting with them. And he just happens to show up to the office right at that exact time.
Yeah. No. Which is real funny because I love when he just walks in and they're like, we were just talking
Peter.
about you.
Right.
And then he just kind of smiles and nods like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you were.
Yeah. And he doesn't sit down. He goes to the pitcher of water.
Yeah. Immediately goes and grabs a glass and the pitcher of water and just pours himself a water and then sits down. But what I think is great is just when they're talking about, hey, just real brief. Why don't you just walk us through a normal day?
Well, I like when they introduce themselves to him. Like, I'm Bob Slidell. This is my partner, Bob Porter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he's like, Bob.
Yeah, he sits down and they asked him to walk them through a typical day.
Yeah, and in his non-caring attitude, he flat out tells them the truth, where people in this situation would probably lie.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't have started off well. Well, normally I come in about 15 minutes late, and I use a side door, so the boss doesn't see me.
Right.
But that's what he goes on to, and then talks about how, about an hour after I get here, I just stare blankly at my desk out into space. And I do that for another hour after lunch, too. It actually looks like I'm working.
Hold on there a minute. Can you kind of just expand on that?
He's like, sure thing. But he keeps going on about it. And he's like, let me tell you something about TPS reports.
Right.
Which is so funny because I want to know what he says about them. Like, are they incredibly useless?
Yeah.
Like, who needs them? Or what? But
And here's another thing, Bob.
yeah.
I got 8 bosses.
I love that John C. McGinley's leaning back in his chair when he says this, and he's like, I got 8 different bosses right now, Bob. And he just immediately sits up and he's like, I beg your pardon.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
8?
What's this? Is 8?
8 bosses. So every time I make a mistake, I've got 8 different people coming to talk to me about it.
Which nobody wants that.
No.
Because they're all going to have the exact same conversation with you. It's going to be horrible.
It's a waste of time, a waste of resources.
Yeah. And but it's just, John C. McGinley is so funny throughout this whole thing, because you can tell he's immediately on Peter's side.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like this kid here, like where has this untapped resource been?
I'm telling you.
For this company.
If he had a way to describe Peter, it would be, I really like the cut of his jib.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, Peter's just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it was what any employee should be, is just honest. Like, what are the working conditions like? If you love your work and you love your job, I mean, hey, it's great.
It's not that I'm lazy.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm not motivated.
Yeah.
If I work my ass off and Initech ships another few crates or whatever, I don't see another dime.
Yeah, and I want to know what they're shipping.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you're writing code, what the hell do you ship?
What exactly is shipping? Floppy disks?
Yeah.
With software code that's prepping for the year 2K?
Yeah. And it's funny because he did describe it exactly the way that I describe, if you have a job, not a career, is he just flat out tells them, hey, one, someone's only going to work hard enough to not get fired.
Right.
So what is the point in us doing anything else above our pay grade or go beyond for anything? So I do like that line that he tells the Bobs.
I think on a typical work week, I do about 15 minutes of actual work.
Yeah, actual real work. 15 minutes in a 40-hour week.
Yeah. Yeah, but then what's funny is like Peter's the one who kind of ends this meeting.
Yeah. He just gets up and he's like, well, I got to get out of here. It was great to meet you. And what's funny is they're excited. They're smiling, and it's all the pleasure's all on this side of the table, pal.
Right.
Like, But I love how Peter ends the conversation, because he just tells him, he's like, you know what? Good luck with your layoffs. I hope your firings go really well.
Oh, man. So obviously Tom gets fired.
Yeah.
Because
he's useless.
It even says it on his...
says it on his paper. Useless. But I love it when they're talking about Peter. Because they just flat out tell him, they're like, man, this is a great kid with upper management written all over him. And I like Bill Lumberg because he's just like, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. He's been a little flaky lately. He's not showing up to work, and he's having a problem with his TPS reports.
Yeah.
But I love when Bill Lumberg immediately starts to badmouth Peter. John C. McGinley sits back and he's pursing his lips like, you say one bad thing, sir. You say one more bad thing.
Oh, he's totally ready.
We're going to fight.
Yeah. He's going to throw down in fisticuffs.
Yeah.
For sure.
I got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary waiting for you right here.
He sure did. But the fact that the other Bob has to step in,
Yeah.
Because he sees the tension.
Yeah, so that they've been working together forever. So he's like, I got this one. He was like, well, the problem is
we feel
that you're not challenging him enough. And I love that McGinley just right away just backs it up. He's like, there it is.
They both share the same mind.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It is.
And they even mirror each other's, the way that, color scheme of the way they dress.
Yeah.
One day it was the darker tones, the black suit.
Yeah, he was wearing
suspenders.
Yeah, Bob Porter was wearing black or a darker suit, and John C. McGinley had the black tie on with the black suspenders. And then the next time you see him, John C. McGinley has the brown suspenders, and the other Bob is wearing a light brown tie or brown suit to coincide.
Right, it makes you wonder if this was an actual
they were calling each other the night before, what suspenders are you wearing? I'm going to wear my brown ones. It's like, okay.
I think they
now I know what suit to wear.
Different color every day of the week. They probably have blue.
Probably.
Gray. The whole rainbow.
Yeah.
The whole spectrum.
I do love it when they were talking about Milton and they're saying that, it was like, well, apparently he was laid off 5 years ago and no one ever told him. It's like, how do you do that?
We have a.
So you lay someone off. He's like, hey, so he just kept receiving a paycheck due to a glitch in payroll.
But it's funny when they say his name, like, who?
Yeah.
It was
Who the hell's Milton
Wadhams? Squirrely guy, talks kind of funny.
Talks to himself,
Right.
mumbles. And they're like, oh, yeah, him. But I do like, he was like, oh, okay, so he's gone. And he's like, wait a second there, professor. We fixed the glitch.
He will no longer be receiving a paycheck.
And he'll just naturally leave.
Right.
Which is
Things
funny
will just
because...
kind of work themselves out.
Yeah, I don't understand that. It's like, what do you mean, like, he'll just naturally leave? I mean, obviously, you're going to go to your boss first. You're going to go to HR or something and be like, hey, I'm not getting paid anymore. So I guess everyone was relying on everyone else to tell this guy, you don't have a job anymore.
Nobody wanted to have this difficult conversation with Milton, who's totally awkward to begin with.
Yeah.
But he
does look like a person that would come in and set the building on fire.
Oh, without question.
Yeah, easily.
Or he'd shoot up the place. I don't know where he'd get a gun. I don't know who'd sell him a gun, but...
This guy just came in mumbling to himself, so I sold him a firearm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He seems like he could use that.
Good luck, everybody else.
Emotional damage.
But no, Peter's non-caring attitude just continues and continues and continues, which is great. I mean, because it does help out a lot. Every once in a while he may show up to work, and God knows what he's even doing there.
Mm-hmm. He's collating. He said it.
Oh yeah, that's got to be it. I just came in to collate a number or two, and then I'm leaving.
But it's funny when he's stuck on the phone with Peter, who's in the cubicle right next to him.
Yeah,
talking about how his desk used to be closer to the window.
Yeah.
Where he could see the squirrels.
And they were married.
They were married. But then they switched from the swing line to the Boston stapler. But I kept the swing line.
And honestly, tell you the truth, I mean, this guy's parameter of a conversation, that's like A to Z right there. Mm-hmm. I mean, how are you going to be, I was used to sit next to the window and I watched the squirrels. And the squirrels, I mean, they were married. It seems like you would be like, oh, they had names and everything. I've came up with little storylines and stuff. No, not Milton. They were married. Oh, my stapler.
Hey,
by the way,
he's a nonsense kind of guy. Like he doesn't want to waste any time.
Yeah.
He doesn't want any awkward pauses.
Nope.
I was done with this topic. We're jumping onto the swing line.
Exactly. And then when Lumberg steals the swing line from him, it's just hysterical.
Yeah. And
because Milton always says that he just kept his swing line stapler. But then Lumberg later tells the Bobs, hey, he took it off my desk. Mm-hmm. I want to know what really happened.
Yeah.
I want to know, did Milton keep his own swing line stapler, or did he go in and steal it off of Bill's desk?
I'm kind of curious about that myself. He's like, because he didn't like the Boston stapler.
Yeah.
He likes a swing line because it doesn't bind as much.
Exactly.
And God knows we hate it when staplers bind.
Oh, it's the worst.
God, and I use staplers all the time.
Yeah.
Not
stupid.
Yes.
Samsonite.
I don't even think I used, when I actually worked in an office setting, I don't think I ever used a stapler.
I do like in Peter's office, his cubicle, is when he takes down the third wall, and so he can just look out the window. And he's like, he doesn't move it out of the way. He just undoes the bolt or the screw, whatever's holding the third wall of the cubicle up, and it just pushes it over. Just leaves it right there on the ground.
It's funny. He takes the power tool from one of the maintenance guys.
Yeah.
He's up on a ladder, like fixing a light fixture or something.
Yeah, which the guy, and it's funny too, because I'm a maintenance worker, and if I'm doing something and someone just walks by and takes one of my tools, I'm going to be like, hey, yo, like, just a second there, professor. Mm-hmm. What do you think you're doing?
Hey.
It's like,
you're going to hand me that
that doesn't belong to you.
I'm going to come over there and talk to you.
Yeah, but I mean, this maintenance guy just doesn't flinch. Like, it happens to him all the time. Like, people just come by, take my tools. I mean, they bring them back.
It eventually will make it back into my belt.
That's like, no, it doesn't work like that. I've replaced a lot of tools because people have stolen them from me.
Well, he takes it initially so he can remove the door handle that shocks him every morning. But then you see him using it later on to knock down his cubicle wall. So he, to my knowledge, never returns that thing.
I know. And then that maintenance guy's out like an $80 drill, which would piss anyone off.
Right. And so after Peter has been flaking this entire time, Bill comes up to him right after the wall gets knocked down, and Peter's like playing Tetris on his computer.
Yeah. Just still non-caring.
With chips like scattered all over the top of his desk.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there are crumbs everywhere, which I've never noticed until the last time we watched it.
Right.
I mean, which we watched it like 20 times in 2 weeks.
Oh, God. I thought I was going to get sick of it, and honestly, I never did.
And me either. It seems like it got better.
Just every time we notice other things that we never paid attention to before.
Which is funny because I like Lumberg when he's telling him, he's like, hey, you're going to have those TPS reports for us this afternoon. And Peter's, no, I'm not.
So I guess we're going to have a little talk then.
Yeah, and I like his response again. He's just, no, and go away.
He's like,
you're bothering me.
He's like, not now, Lumberg.
I'm going to have to ask you to come back later.
Yeah.
It's like, I got an appointment with the Bobs here in a few minutes. And
I was unaware of a meeting with them.
And he was like, oh, yeah, no, they called me at home.
It's like he's got the Bobs on speed dial.
Yeah. And then what's funny is, he gets up and just walks away. Mm-hmm. It ends that meeting with Lumberg. And Lumberg is such a spineless douche in this movie that he's just like, okay, sounds great.
Right.
We'll get this fixed up for you right away. Great.
Second meeting with the Bobs, Peter gets offered a promotion.
Yep. As many as 4 people just beneath you.
Right.
Which is phenomenal.
But this is after he finds out that his buddies are getting fired.
Yep. And
you never see the meeting with Samir.
No, I never see a meeting with Samir. The meeting with Michael Bolton was hysterical. That's where we were quoting the I'm a fan. I celebrate the guy's entire catalog.
Yeah.
But I do like Michael Bolton just, wanting to keep his job was, yeah, he's okay.
I guess he's all right.
Yeah, I guess he's all right. Which, you never, like he has Snoop Dogg posters hanging up. He's got, like all these other things. So he's selling out to keep his job.
No, his collection has to include NWA, Too Short,
yeah.
Scarface, obviously.
Yeah.
Ice Cube, Not somebody who's going to listen to Michael Bolton at all. But they have to push. Obviously you have to like him having the same name and all.
Yeah. So I love it when the Bobs tell Peter, we're going to let him go. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because they even say, and the line was actually ad-libbed when they're like, yeah, we're getting rid of Michael Bolton. And then Bob Porter's like, and Samir Naga. And he really couldn't pronounce his name. And it's funny because John C. McGinley even tries to. He's like, Naga.
He's just the same. He's not, He's not going anywhere either.
So Bob Porter just popped with the line, not going to work here anymore. He's like, that's for sure. But John C. McGinley's laugh is genuine because he wasn't expecting the line.
Right.
So, but it's funny because he's like, so you're going to give me more money and fire Michael and Samir. And they're like,
this is a huge promotion, Pete.
I like how he's licking his lips too.
Oh my God. You can't even describe it on the podcast. There's no possible way.
One day we'll set up with video. We'll show the whole world what we're actually doing.
Oh God. I'm gonna have to come in clean shaven. No, I'm not gonna do that.
No.
That would just be weird.
But no, there's some of the things that are great, and he immediately has to go tell his buddies, like, hey, they're going to fire you. So instead of telling them in the office, he's, hey, what are you doing tonight?
Right. He approaches Michael first.
Yeah. So they go to Michael's place after work and he's trying to tell him like, comes a time in every man's life when you just have to say like, are you happy with what you're doing? Do you want to move on? But it's funny because Michael's sitting there thinking like, yeah, okay, sport.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right.
Hey, worry about yourself. You're the one that's been flaking out at work lately.
Yeah. And it's funny because he talks about this virus that Michael's created that could rip off Initech, which is funny because he's saying that they write code. Then they make it sound like Initech is a bank. So that doesn't make any sense to me either because he's talking about these bank transactions. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how would they have access to bank transactions unless they were a bank? So I don't know. But anyway, well, the virus is what it can do is every time that there's a bank transaction, it rounds it off. Basically, like, if you get $40 out of the ATM, it's making it sound like it's going to charge you like $40 and 0.007 cents or 3 cents or whatever, but they just chop off that 0.3 at the end. So you get out $40 even. Well, they're saying, oh, well, we'll just take that and dump it into an account that will open in some fictitious name.
Like in Superman 3.
Just like in Superman 3. And then I like Michael's comeback on that. It's a very underrated movie.
Well, yeah. It had Lionel Richie in it. Oh, I mean. It was a joke, people. Not Lionel Richie. Richard Pryor.
Yeah, it was Richard Pryor in that. But they go on talking about that, and he's like, well, how come you just don't do it, Michael? And he's like, what are you talking about? I don't want to risk it. I have a good job. And then that's when Peter lays it on him.
What
like,
if you didn't have a good job?
Have a good job. And then it immediately cuts to the bar where Michael's just, cock gobblers.
That's the first thing that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And I like Peter like trying to talk to him. He's like, well, I don't know, maybe this hypnosis is wearing off or something. He's like, all I know is when I saw that fat man keel over, it's like, there's not a lot of time on this earth, Michael.
He's like, yeah, I don't know if it was shock from, getting hypnotized. Now it's wearing off or.
But I do like how Michael told him, I told those fudge packers I like Michael Bolton's music.
That's not right, Michael.
It's like, this isn't just about me and my dream of doing nothing.
Right.
Love his justification.
That's exactly right.
So they have to call Samir to tell him, like, hey, you're going to get fired too. I have to tell my other friend.
Yeah, we got to loop him in on this. Let him know what's what.
Yeah, so, and they do. And they do devise this plan. And they're going to do it. And Peter's, hey, I'll help you guys do it. We'll all get rich eventually because, this is going to take at least 2 years. But since the walls are so thin and they're back at Peter's apartment, they're making a pact like, we're not going to tell anybody about this. No girlfriends, no wives, no friends, nothing. But Lawrence even chimes in from his apartment. He's like, yeah, don't worry. Your secret's safe with me too, man.
Michael's like, the fuck is that?
He's like, don't worry about him. He's cool.
That just throws everything else that they just said out the window.
Yeah, it's so great.
But the fact he's trying to convince Samir to get in on this, this thing, because he's the one who knows the bank coding or whatever that Michael doesn't know.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like the third party that needed to be involved to make this happen.
Yeah. See, Michael pretty much invented the virus. Samir is the one that knows the code to the bank access, and Peter's the one that can upload it to any server in the company.
It makes you wonder, did Samir create this fake bank account that this
possibly
money is getting rounded down into? Because you're not gonna just open a bank account using a fake identity.
Yeah. Or are you?
I don't know. They've got ways to check. But he's like, yeah, I'm not, I need a job. Or he's like, but I'm not going to do anything illegal.
Yeah. He's like, what are you talking about? Illegal? This is America. It's almost like that justification is, come on, everybody's doing it.
That's right. That's exactly it. But he's like, even if we do get caught, we'll just get thrown into some white-collar resort prison. Shit, we should be so lucky.
It's like, they're not going to chop off your hands. This isn't Riyadh.
He's like, I mean, Christ, they have conjugal visits.
Yeah. I like Michael, too, when he's, I'm a free man, and I haven't had a conjugal visit in 6 months.
Oh, my God. You feel so bad for him. It's like, but he doesn't hate his job nearly as much as Peter does.
No, he doesn't. It actually seemed like Samir and Michael liked their jobs. Mm. And Peter's just, I hate this.
Peter just
I hate everything about it.
Peter just if I'm going to leave, I'm going to talk these guys into, doing something better.
Yeah. So, I mean, they do leave. I mean, they go to work and they hatch this plan. Mm-hmm. Peter gets his promotion. Michael uploads the virus to the disk. Samir set up the code and everything, and they give it to Peter, and Peter uploads it. And then what's really funny is it's a Friday when they get fired, because the Bob's reasoning was they're less likely to be an incident,
right,
if they're fired on a Friday, statistically shown.
Yes. So, I'd like to know what they mean by incident.
Yeah. And then, God, right after they do all this, they're like, wow, this is way easier than I thought it was going to be. And then fucking Drew shows up. Drew just,
This is when you find out about Tom being in a car accident the day after he finds out he was getting fired.
Yeah, which happened a week before, and he found out he was getting laid off, so he was going to drink and then kill himself.
Yep. He decided to run his car in the garage.
Yes.
With his windows rolled down.
Yep. And he was just honestly going to drift off and go to sleep. But that wife of his came home early.
Oh my God. The way that Drew tells this story.
It's so bad.
It's just like, this is how he refers to Tom's wife. That wife of his comes home early.
Yeah. That wife of his.
Him.
Yeah. Who talks like that?
That's just disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm talking to my buddies and stuff, I don't sit there and be like, "Oh, that wife of yours." I mean, that's just
sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I just I say their names.
Yeah, that's what normal people do. Yeah,
that wife of his, she came home early from work and caught him.
Right.
He was like, and as he was staring at her, he realized he wanted to live.
Yeah, and so it cuts to him like a flashback. He's like, yeah, just the shifter got stuck. I couldn't get it in a drive. Yeah. I mean, reverse.
Yeah. So he backs out of the garage like he's going to go to work and when Drew says it, he's like, bam. It's nailed by a drunk driver.
Well, he gets, just a minute there, Professor. Yeah. He gets slammed big time by a drunk driver.
Slammed big time by a drunk driver. Well, what's so hysterical about that is they're like, is he okay? And he was like, yeah. Yes. Like, broke both his arms, both his legs,
like couple of
ribs, his back.
I mean, he's alive, but he probably doesn't want to be at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So it's funny because he's like, yeah, he gets out of the hospital tomorrow. We're having a big party this weekend at his place to celebrate.
Yeah, he's getting a huge 7-figure settlement.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, we're all invited. I think I'm going to take the new chick from logistics. Things go right, I'll be showing her my O face. Oh. You know what I'm talking about, right? Oh.
This is the typical, frat boy.
Yeah.
That I know if I ever met this guy in college, I would not get along with him.
Yeah, no, I would have joined a sorority instead.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be away from this dude.
That movie's coming later on.
Yeah.
Teaser.
Yeah. So it's great. Samir and Michael, they get escorted out by security and they're all driving home. And Peter, or Michael's like, our last day in an attack. Can't believe it. And then Samir is actually offended. I can't believe they had security escort us out.
Right.
It's like we're going to steal something. But Peter just, I stole something.
He was like,
and I love his slyness, but Michael's thinking it's like some biblical reference. I was like, yeah, I guess we all did.
Well, I like how Michael's sitting in the middle of the back seat.
Yeah.
Because, well, obviously you have to do it for framing.
Right.
Just so he's in the camera. But normally people wouldn't sit directly in the middle.
I know. And I think I'm going to start doing that when, if I'm riding with buddies and there are three of us and I'm just going to sit in the middle of the back seat. I'll take the back seat every time just so I can sit in the middle.
I think they used to do that on Seinfeld, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Now I'm just going to, every time I'm in the backseat of somebody's car, I'm going to pretend like I'm on TV.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And when they ask, too, and they're, why are you sitting in the middle? Framing.
Come again?
It's for the frame.
Oh.
I want to be in the shot, too. I don't want to have to lean over.
It's just, it feels weird. It's uncomfortable. But no, Peter, he tells them that he stole something else.
Yep, and that something else was one of my favorite characters in the entire movie was the copy machine.
Yes. They go to this empty lot, this field in the middle of nowhere, and just still shot or slow motion shot of the copier just being thrown onto the ground.
Yeah, I love that Peter has a baseball bat too. Yes. Never uses it, hands it to Michael, and Michael, you feel that this is he is the one that just cannot stand this copy machine. He hates it with a passion.
Right. But it's funny how Peter's the only one wearing a suit. He got his promotion, so he's got to, dress up. And he's wearing the suit. He looks like he's like the Godfather or some kind of mafia. And they're about to do a hit on this copy machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, as much as Michael, you know he wants to get first crack at this thing, Samir is the first one.
Yeah.
And he does this awkward scissor-looking kick. This like
Yeah, like he just smashes it, like his heel down onto it.
It makes no sense.
So I'm probably going to have to go into, like, you know, maybe a lot of different mafia movies and see if this was a direct ripoff of something else.
Did he? Yes, he was taking notes. He saw somebody else do it. It may have been effective on a person, but not on a copier. You're not going to do that much damage.
Yeah, no, what's really funny is the first time he does it looks like the copier almost gets the good shot on Samir. Like Samir almost falls over.
So, which escalates things even more.
Very quickly.
Yeah, but then, no, eventually they take turns with the baseball bat.
Yeah, and then they actually have to drag Michael off of it. Because he's hitting it with the baseball bat, then throws the baseball bat away and just starts punching it.
Well, Samir, when he's using the baseball bat, he hits it normal.
Yeah.
But when Michael gets it, he's hitting the copier with the butt end of the bat.
Yeah.
And it just looks super awkward. Like, you're not going to get a lot of leverage going in at it that way. But yeah, eventually he just starts punching it.
Yeah, so they have to drag Michael off, which it seems like he calms down, like, okay, you know, I'm good. I'm good, guys. And they're walking away, and he just turns around and runs right back, and he just starts going at it again.
Oh, yeah. But then it cuts to them walking back to the car, and he's dragging, like, a piece of, like, circuitry, like a motherboard, dragging wires behind him. He's like, I'm taking this souvenir with me.
Exactly. And then they're all back at Peter's apartment, dancing, drinking. Obviously, they all look drunk. Yes. Samir pulls this badass, like, breakdance move.
Oh, yeah. He does, like, this windmill move, like, out of nowhere, while everybody else, like, Peter's dancing like an old man.
Yeah. Like his hips gave out or something.
He looks like he's in pain.
Which is funny because I read that Samir, or AJ Nadu's character, AJ Nadu, like in between takes, would breakdance with some of the guys.
Which that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that Mike Judge, you know, saw this and was like, man, all right.
He's like, I'm going to find a way to use that.
Yeah, this is going to go in
point.
there.
Right.
So so they all have to leave Peter's because, and they're going home because Joanna's going to come over. But what's so funny is you don't really hear Samir saying anything, but Peter's just, you're worried, man. You're worrying.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, he's kicking them out because Joanna's coming over, and then as they're leaving, and they're playing rap throughout the whole movie, right? But as Samir's leaving, he just starts rapping along with the song.
Yeah.
Back up in that ass with a resurrection.
I love it. But it's funny because the next morning you just see Joanna walking out into the living room, which I don't know why she wouldn't have said anything the night before, unless by the time she got there, Peter was just passed out.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's the only logical thing I can think of. Yeah. But she's just, whoa, what are you celebrating? And right then, Peter should have just lied. But I think with his whole nonchalant, non-caring attitude, he's like, hey, I'm not at liberty to say. Whereas any guy would have been like, hey, you know, two of my best friends at work just got fired yesterday, so we were just kind of
blowing off some steam.
Yeah, blowing off some steam. But he was like, "No, I'm not at liberty to say." And then she's just looking at him.
Yeah,
like,
she just gives him a look.
Like, huh?
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I can't. I can't." And then the next scene is them in the car, and he's like, "Okay, so basically what it is we wrote some code."
Yeah, he caved real fast.
So he starts talking about it with her, and she's like, any logical person's just going to be, "Oh, you're stealing." Mm-hmm. And he's, no, it's not that. No, I'm not doing anything that bad. Mm-hmm. And then he tries to explain it again, and she's like, this is stealing. He's like, no, see, I'm just not
explaining it.
Yeah, right, I'm not explaining it right.
So let me get this straight. You're going to make a lot of money by doing this?
Yeah.
That's not yours?
Yeah.
How is that not stealing?
But I do like how he's, well, if you go into a gas station, then you take a penny from the tray.
With the crippled kids?
It's like, no, that's the jar. I'm talking about the tray.
Oh, the tray.
Yeah, and I like how she's like has this look of like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, no.
I have no idea.
The penny's for everyone.
Yeah. He's like, well, you take a penny. He's like, I don't take a whole penny. I take like a fraction of a penny.
Talking about a fraction of a penny.
A few hundred times a day.
We collect it from a larger jar. That'll eventually make us a lot of money.
Yeah. How's this not stealing?
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's, sorry, people. This is grand theft.
And the one thing that I noticed during this scene, Jennifer Aniston's character is drinking out of this giant Pepsi cup that looks like it came from like a gas station somewhere. And she's just sipping out of it just like totally unenthusiastically.
Yeah.
And
I don't care about your pennies.
No.
Or your tray or whatever. I have my Pepsi.
That's it?
That's what it looks like to me, man.
But it looks like there's no ice in it at all. So
yeah.
I don't know what was in the cup. It could have been like tea for all I know.
Maybe. Who knows?
But it was probably warm.
Yeah.
But when they leave the party, she's still drinking that same Pepsi cup. And
yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, it's probably been sitting in the hot car all day.
Yeah. And that's when they get to the barbecue, you see Tom, who's in a wheelchair, both legs casted up, both arms casted up. His neck is his head is in one of those halos.
Right.
And he's in good spirits. I do like his line to Jennifer Aniston's character, Joanna, when he was like, forgive me for not standing. It's just like...
She laughs.
Yeah.
But she like, thinks about it like, oh, is this supposed to be funny?
Yeah.
She's never met this guy before.
Yeah. But I do like how he's like, hey, Peter, you got a minute?
Yeah.
And he does show him the prototype of the jump to conclusions mat.
And it is everything that you imagined it could be and worse.
Exactly. Like there's words misspelled on it. It's and Morgan has pointed out several times that it looks like, they just got a kindergarten class and they're like, hey, make a mat.
It literally looks like they used finger paints.
Yeah. It's like something my kid would have done.
Yeah, I didn't write down like all of the conclusions.
Yeah.
But what I had noticed was there is one spot where it says lose a turn, but lose is spelled like loose.
Yeah. You loose a turn.
So I just wonder if they never caught it or if they realized it after the fact, but they're like, you know what?
Yeah, it's too late. We're doing it. We can't get that kindergarten class back here at such short notice.
We've already committed.
We've all screwed.
Yeah.
We screwed the pooch on this one.
We really did. Really did.
Script supervisors should be fired.
So yeah, they have this little heart-to-heart about the, how much Peter hates his job, but Tom is trying to let Peter know, like, that good things happen.
Yeah.
To good people.
I do like his reasoning when he's like, look at me.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
This is a great thing?
Yeah, it's like every bone is broken in your body.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a good thing at all.
Right.
So, no, so that's great. Then he goes outside to meet back up with Joanna, and she's having a conversation with Tom's wife and someone else. Samir and Michael are actually worried because they had just met Tom Smikowski's lawyer. Mm-hmm. So they want to know, like, okay, these white-collar, white resort prisons, like, these are really pretty nice, right? And their only worry is conjugal visits. Mm. So when it cuts to them, he's like, conjugal visits? No.
Well, that's the whole thing that even got Samir to agree to planning this virus.
Yeah.
When Peter was talking to him about it, he's like, in these conjugal visits, he's like, you can have sex with women?
And he's like, yeah, you sure can.
Okay, I'll do it.
Exactly. The bandwagoner.
Right. That's it.
Samir, the bandwagoner. Mm-hmm. So they...
that was the voice of reason.
Yep.
That caused him to sign up.
Yeah. So they go and, then the lawyer tells me, he's like, I got the guy on the inside right now. It's like, yeah. He goes, the first thing you have to do is kick someone's ass or become someone's bitch.
He's like, yeah, but I don't know about any conjugal visits. And he's like... Why do you ask?
Yeah. And they're like, oh, no reason.
Michael immediately gets nervous and he fumbles with his solo cup that's filled with just ice. I don't see any liquid in this thing at all. And one of the ice cubes hits Samir on the top of it.
Yeah.
And it cuts to Samir, who reacts to it like, ow, like, like, I don't know if that was scripted or not.
You have to calm down, man.
Right. Yeah. Get a hold of yourself. You're acting like a fool.
Yeah.
Well, this is when we see
Drew again.
Yep.
And he's bringing up Joanna's character like, man, who's she here with? And Peter's taking pride in it. Like, yeah, she's with me. Which, I mean, what man wouldn't take pride? You're with Jennifer Aniston, baby.
Right, for real.
Yeah.
I would be gloating like a mule.
Yeah.
But yeah. And, well, the one thing that I did notice is Drew's not there with anybody.
Yeah.
Let alone the chick from Logistics.
He was not able to get the chick from Logistics.
Clearly, she did not want to see his old face.
Exactly. So what's really good about it is I like it when Drew's like, all right. Like he's proud for Peter. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, man. Wear a rubber, dude.
He changes gears.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Real fast. Mm-hmm. Wear a rubber, dude.
Yeah.
And Peter's just kind of nodding along and then I guess realizes, what did you say? And he's like, why is that, Drew?
Right.
He's like, oh, well, hell, man, she gets around like a record. So, and then he's, yeah. So then he's like, oh, well, like who? And I love that, you know, if you're going to call someone,
you're going to accuse someone of being,
you're going to accuse someone of sleeping around with pretty much every guy she ever meets. You're going to have a name right off the top of your head. And he has to think about it like, well, Lumberg fucked her.
Right.
And that, I don't know if that line alone kicks Peter out of his hypnosis.
Well, he immediately stops listening at that point. He's just, this is all he can focus on.
Yeah, he names off like 2 more names and everything, but that's all he can see is her with his boss, who he cannot stand.
Right.
So then when they're driving home, that's when I didn't, like she's talking about how worried she is for him.
Right.
You know, you're doing this plan, you're stealing this money. I have a bad feeling.
I really don't think this is such a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think that this is such a good idea. And he's like, oh, well, maybe it wasn't such a good idea for you to sleep with Lumberg. And typical Jennifer Aniston, who's like, what?
Right.
And she's like, oh, right, Lumberg.
Oh God! And then you can tell he's just picturing it in his mind.
Yeah. It's so great. So great.
Well, she's like, well, you're not exactly some angel yourself. You're just some penny stealing wannabe criminal man.
Yeah. So, and that's funny because, you know, they start arguing. She wants out of the car and then she was like, well, why don't you just call me when you grow up? She's like, oh, so that's never going to happen. So just don't call me. And as she's shutting the door, he's like, well, be sure to say hi to Lumberg for me.
Right. Through the closed door.
Yeah. So, and it's just so funny because it's like, she does put up a good, like she, you know, standing up for herself during that scene, but everything that she said makes sense.
Right.
You know, hey, doesn't matter who I slept with before you. I'm not sleeping with anybody else now. Like, it's just me and you. And I mean, that's the way it should be. But what's so funny is,
well, she questions
it's his
if he
boss.
knows him. She questions if he knows Lumberg.
He's my disgusting pig of a boss.
Unholy pig of a boss.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, he's not that disgusting.
He's the name of like everything that is, you know, unholy, you know,
evil and wrong.
Right. She has no idea. It's not the same Lumberg.
Yeah. So then it, you know, cuts to him
checking the ATM.
Yeah. Checking the ATM, which I guess you would have to assume that that's Monday morning.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like over the weekend.
It had only been like a couple days.
Yeah.
So he's expecting to see maybe a few bucks in this account.
Yeah, like maybe $4 or something.
I want to know, how did they, obviously there's some way to do it, but he had like a bank card.
Yeah.
How are you going to check your bank account with the bank card from a fake account that you just opened? Like you actually got a physical card somehow.
Exactly.
So it's like, did Samir do this too?
Yeah.
How does he know how to do all this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Mm-hmm. But what's so funny is someone even goes into the building where he's at the ATM and he kind of looks over his shoulder like, whoa, what was that? Mm-hmm. Like, all right, I have to be secretive about this.
Right.
You know, just checks the balance. The receipt comes out. He gets the card and he turns to walk away and looks down at the receipt and realizes, uh-oh.
Yeah. So
I love, like, he walked back to, like, he just kind of gets right back in front of the ATM. Like, no one else can use this. Mm-hmm. They have $305,000, $326.13. So
his response is, oh, shit.
Yeah. So immediately, obviously, he has to go pick up Michael and Samir because they have to know, you know, he has to go to them. You're the ones that wrote the code. You're the one that installed it into the bank.
This scene is probably my favorite scene in the entire movie. The funniest. I watching this together.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Son of a bitch.
Shit. Son of a bitch.
What happened?
And that's funny because Michael is actually trying to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I mean, it's one of those things where you just kind of like, I don't know how this could have happened. He's like, you know, and he's like, you said this was going to take 2 years.
Right.
It's like, come on, Michael. And then Samir, being the bandwagoner, is like, yeah, come on. You said it was going to take 2 years. Like everything that Peter said, Samir is, this is what you said, Michael. But it's so funny because he's sitting there telling him, you know, they were like, oh, well, the numbers are so minute when they were talking about doing this. The numbers are so minute, corporate accounting is not going to pick up on it.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden he's like, well, they're sure as hell going to find out about 305,300 and grabs the receipt and he's 2613, Michael.
Well, yeah, he has to be right. Let's get the numbers straight.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's like saying it didn't work, but Michael's like, well, technically it worked.
Yeah, it did work. But I do like how he tells him that he's like, okay, we have to shut down the account before this gets any bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But then Michael's like, I probably just put a decimal point in the wrong place. I always do that. I always screw up some mundane detail. And I like how Michael's sitting here like, man, this is my fault. I did this.
He's coming to that realization. But the fact that, you know, he is, I don't know if he's still under the hypnosis, but he's screaming and clearly angry, but his face doesn't reflect that at all.
No, so yeah, if you do mute the movie without subtitles on, it looks like he's just talking.
It really does.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh,
this is not some mundane detail, Michael. And then Samir immediately is like, yeah.
Yes, this is not some mundane.
But it's funny because, you know, Michael does remind Peter like, hey, this was your idea.
Right.
To do this. And then that's when Peter's kind of like, well, yeah, he is right. So best thing to do is... He doesn't want anyone yelling at him, so he's just like, okay.
All right, let's just stop getting pissed off at each other.
Yeah, let's just stop getting pissed off at each other, okay? It's time to calm down.
Right. That's exactly it. So they're trying to figure out how to hide this money.
Yeah. So Michael comes up with the idea. It's like, hey, we could launder the money.
Mm-hmm.
And
does anybody know how to?
Yeah, nobody knows how to do money laundering.
Right.
Which that's not common knowledge if you're a law-abiding citizen.
Right. So what would anybody like normally do? They didn't have Google back then.
Yeah, exactly. So you turn to the dictionary.
Yep. To launder money is to disguise the source of money by channeling through an intermediary or some shit like that.
Yeah, which doesn't...
That doesn't help.
I don't know. I still don't know.
No.
So they're going through this and, you know... There's a knock on the door, and honestly, I mean, a phenomenal actor in my eyes is Orlando Jones, who's there as a salesman to sell subscriptions to magazines. But I love the way that he's talking. He's like, hi, my name is Steve. I'm from a rough area. I used to be addicted to crack. But now I'm off.
Trying to stay clean. Now I'm selling magazine subscription. And Peter's like, okay.
Yeah, but it's funny because before he says the magazine subscriptions, he was like, hi, my name is Steve. I'm from a rough area. And Peter's, okay.
Yeah.
This is like, what? Come on, get on with it. And he's like, I'm selling magazine subscriptions. He's like, no.
You want to shut that down.
Yeah, but then Michael's like, whoa, hang on. He's like, used to be addicted to crack. He's like, and then the next scene, he's like, he's sitting in the apartment now. And he has this look of, I'm in way over my head. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about any money laundering.
He's like, can you just give us a name of like one drug dealer? He's
yeah,
like,
Samir.
I have good networking skills.
I could become really good friends with this drug dealer.
Right.
You know, we will figure all this out.
But, you know, immediately Steve, quote unquote Steve, he's in over his head. And he's like, he's got to come clean.
Yeah, he has to come clean. So he has to tell him.
I lied.
Yeah, I lied. And I like how his voice changed too. Like all of a sudden he's like a very rich, wealthy person because he's like, look, guys, I lied. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's like, actually, I'm an out of work software engineer. And then Samir immediately sympathizes. Oh, it must be very hard for you.
Right. And he's it's like actually making more money selling magazine subscriptions than I ever did at Initro.
Yeah, they're
which
like,
is they're competing.
Yeah, it's just a competing to Initech, and then they're like, "Whoa, wait, hang on. It's like, you're not going to tell on us. Are you? Because we know a lot of the same people.
Like we're running in small circles.
Yeah. So that's when he gets the idea of, well, that all depends. And holds out his clipboard with the pen.
You know where this is going.
Yeah. So Peter's shutting the front door after obviously escorting Steve out. And he's, what am I going to do with 40 subscriptions to Vibe?
Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, like, well, he could have just bought like $305,000 in magazines.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They may have questioned that transaction a little bit. Yeah, but they realize they're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. So Samir and Michael, they leave because they're furious with Peter. They don't want to be around him anymore. And
yes,
then,
you're a very bad person.
Yeah. And then, well, Peter, like, he doesn't want to be alone either. Actually, no. In that scene, I do like when he was talking about Bill and he was like, I can't believe Joanna slept in Lumberg. And then Michael's just, yeah, you didn't know that? And then Samir's like, yeah you didn't know
that? Bandwagon.
Yeah. So he's just sitting there like, what? You guys knew? Mm-hmm. And then they're like, yeah, before we moved off to Atlanta.
It's like, wait.
Ron Lumberg? Ron Lumberg?
Yeah.
The young guy?
the Intertrode guy?
And then it's just so funny because, what did you think we meant, Bill? He's just like laughing.
Would have hooves.
Like that they're laughing it off, and then Peter's just,
yeah.
Oh, wait, he's not related to Bill, is he?
That was where his mind went. Good Lord.
So great.
After admitting defeat, like Peter gets the traveler's checks.
Well, what's funny is he also, at that moment, like he doesn't want to be alone.
Oh, yeah.
So he knocks on Lawrence's wall, the wall between them, and he's like, hey, Lawrence, you up?
Yeah, man. It sounds like he wasn't.
Yeah, it sounds like he was asleep on the couch. Yeah, man. It's like, hey, you want to come over? And he's like, no, thanks, man. I don't want you fucking up my life.
Right. So it's like he sounded like he was asleep, but clearly he heard the entire conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, oh, well, yeah, whatever you touch, Peter, pretty much just goes to shit. So I'm not coming over.
I wonder if he's going to share his Vibe magazines with Lawrence.
So he does go and get the traveler's checks, and he does write a confession note after having a nightmare about what happens to his friends.
Oh, yeah.
So he, they were going to not a white-collar resort prison. They were going to a federal pound-you-in-the-ass prison.
Oh, but the judge tries to pronounce Samir's name.
Yeah. He actually does an okay job.
He kind of makes it up.
Yeah.
So, he gets the first name. I think Sam Iyer, maybe he says Sam Iyer. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the last name, he's like, Nanina Najad. I mean,
so
you have led a trite and meaningless life.
Yeah. He goes and Peter goes and apologizes to Joanna because, they never say it, but I'm assuming that he loves her.
Yeah. It's implied.
Yeah. So he goes to say, goodbye to her and everything. Tell her, I'm going to prison. He's like, I may not be happy with my job, but I could be happy with my life if I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
So she forgives him. He goes to bed that night, gets up the next day, and he's going to work, packs his bag. Why he packed a bag, I don't know. You're going to prison.
Yeah.
It just seems like he just show up.
Well, after talking to her, I think is when he drops off the money at work because
it's
still dark outside.
Yeah.
I've always questioned this, how he got access to the building, because I don't know, maybe it's because he did get promoted, so he has keys to the office at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it never really exactly says. So, I mean, but that's the only thing that I could ever assume was that since he did get a promotion, that he probably would be a key holder.
Yeah. But, he goes in and he slides the traveler's checks along with his confession note under the door to Lumberg's office.
Yep.
And he gets up to walk away and then immediately jumps back down to try to grab it because he's like, all right, maybe
this wasn't such a good idea, man.
Yeah. I don't know where he was going with that. Like, did he want to, I'm just going to spend them.
Yep.
Might as well enjoy it while I'm here. But, the next morning he packs his duffel bag and goes to leave, but he's got to say goodbye to Lawrence.
Yeah. So, which is, an honorable thing to do.
It's his buddy.
Yeah. Which Lawrence is kind of, I guess it taken aback by the outside.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's been inside for a week or something in the dark, but he opens up the door and it's like this light hits him. He's like, whoa. But looks off to the right, like there's a UFO or something there. And then just kind of like shakes it off and looks. He's like, hey, Peter, man. I do want to know what he looked off to. I mean, because that perplexes me. And in all honesty, it's such a funny scene that, I mean, has a moment of its own.
It was a subtle thing. Well, I mean, it really wasn't subtle. It was a deliberate look off into the distance right when he opens that door. Like,
yeah, and I want to know if that was a guide from Mike Judge or if that was Diedrich Bader saying, well, let's look off in the distance.
Right. And
but either way, I mean, it's a great scene.
It is a good scene because, you can tell that even though Lawrence knows what went down, that they're still good friends.
Yeah.
He's hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Which is why, as Peter's walking away, he gives him one word of advice.
Yep.
Watch out for your cornhole, bud.
Which I think is a good word of advice for anybody that's about to go to prison.
Yeah, exactly. So Peter goes to work, and what does he see?
The firefighters, fire trucks, fire engines, everybody standing out there on the side because Milton finally came through with his promise.
Yes, he promised
that he
to burn
burned
the building
down.
That was the last straw.
Yep, exactly. He couldn't get his stapler back. They've moved his desk several times. They finally ended up putting him down in storage room B.
Yeah, there were
in the basement.
Multiple interactions between him and Bill, but for the sake of time, we can't talk about every single moment.
Yeah, we tried that, and this podcast was 3 hours for an hour and a half movie.
Yeah, we want people to, not feel like they're committing to this long, drawn-out thing. We want them to enjoy every moment.
Just as we enjoyed every single moment.
Oh, for sure. So
totally.
The fire pretty much took care of everything.
Yep. Okay.
And
okay.
As Milton kind of meanders through the crowd of people and he kind of walks away, you see this look, this grin on Peter's face.
Yeah.
Because he knows.
Yeah. Oh, he knows definitely who did this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They've been cubicle buddies for a while. Well, I use the term buddy loosely.
Yeah.
They're far from it.
Yeah, very far from it. And then Peter finds the job that he actually enjoys.
He actually ends up working with Lawrence.
Yeah, one of his closest friends, best friends, I guess, as you can tell. So it's like, they probably carpool to work every day. They're able to talk and chat throughout the entire day. And I mean, I think, honestly, tell you the truth, that's one of the things that I enjoy most about my job. I mean, I work with a really, really good friend, and I often refer to him as one of my best friends. So that makes work more enjoyable. And that's what you learn from Peter is, he's there, making bucks, getting exercise,
working outside. Yep.
Doesn't want anything to do with an office ever again. Even when Michael and Samir show up in their last scene.
Oh, yeah. They even offer like, hey.
Yeah. Hey, we can get you a job over at Innitrode. And, Peter just, he's over it and doesn't even refer to it as Innitrode. It's Penetrode.
It's Innertrode.
Yeah.
Obviously. They get offended by it. Like, come on, man.
And then, of course, Samir, the bandwagoner, is like, yeah, it's Innitrode. Actually, I don't remember if Samir said anything or not.
No, but it would have been.
It would have been great.
It would have been the perfect bandwagon moment. But it was funny when they ask him if they want to join, or if Peter wants to join them for lunch, and he's like, "Nah, I brought mine in a pail."
Yep. Such pride in that statement.
It really is, and plus Joanna's meeting me later.
Yeah.
But a pail. Of all things.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not a brown bag.
Not a zipper cooler.
Yep. Not an igloo cooler.
No.
Or anything like that. This is long before Yetis and Arctic zones and everything. But
a pail.
I brought mine in a pail.
I picture it being like an Indiana Jones, like child's lunch pail from like the 80s. Like a metal.
Well, it's funny. I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking of like the 1920s, like the iron workers that were, building the skyscrapers in New York. And they just had that little metal pail that's got the one buckle on it that you open and it just flips open.
Ah,
It's kind of rounded, like a dome looking.
retro.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
That's how I see.
I want to see what this pail looks like.
Me too. Me too.
I really do.
Office Space 2, Mike Judge. Focus on the pail.
We've been waiting.
Patiently.
Answer our prayers.
Yes, we have been waiting.
We have been waiting. So Michael and Samir leave, and then it cuts back to, Peter and Lawrence. And Lawrence is shoveling or this happens before Michael and Samir show up. The stapler.
And he's like, man, you don't want that, Peter, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's trashed.
Yeah, because they're at the site of the burned down Inditech building.
Yep. But Peter can think of one person that would want that red swing line stapler.
Well, it's not so much red anymore.
Reddish.
Is it though? Hints of red.
You can tell at one point it was a stapler.
that is one thing we can all agree on. But just the line when Peter's just commenting on how much this is a better position for him to be in work wise.
Yeah. Staring off into the sunscape.
Yeah.
Like landscape and everything. Just working outside, making bucks, getting exercise.
Fucking A. And you think that's the end of the movie, but no. Office Space has one more thing to reveal.
Yep. Milton actually went into Lundberg's office to get his stapler back and found the $305,000 traveler checks.
He found the envelope with all the traveler's checks.
So he is now on a beach in what I can only imagine is like Bora Bora or Costa Rica or...
It could have been Cancun.
Possibly.
Possibly. He's in one of those lounge chairs on the beach, under an umbrella.
I like that he's still wearing his work pants.
He's wearing work pants.
With business socks and sandals.
But he's wearing a t-shirt.
That says, I ate the worm.
It's like a cartoon worm.
And it was funny because he ordered what did he order?
He ordered a pina colada.
Oh, and they brought him a Mai Tai. Oh, no. He ordered a Mai Tai. He was like, I've ordered a Mai Tai and they brought me a pina colada.
Then he starts
with
bitching
big grains of salt.
But he's bitching about a margarita. It's like...
Yeah, because I don't know of any pina coladas that have salt around the rims.
No,
but that is his complaint, that there's a big grains of salt.
Yeah, he's complaining to the server.
Yeah.
And...
who just mumbles something in Spanish.
Right. You can only... and I've been trying to learn Spanish on Duolingo. That's not a plug or anything, but I honestly couldn't... Pinchy gringo. I think that's the only thing that I picked up from it.
Yeah.
But Milton starts mumbling about...
Well, watch it again.
Yeah, we have to. All right. Redo. Cut. But no, he starts saying, I take these traveler's checks to a competing resort.
Write a letter to your board of tourism.
I will put strychnine in the guacamole.
It's just so funny because, Milton may have mumbled a lot of things, during it, but it came true. So I really hope that Milton's not rotting away in some Mexican prison.
That would be...
because of mass murder.
I wonder how quickly he could spend $305,000.
Milton seems like the type that, would probably just spend a few thousand here and there and then squirrel the rest away.
I don't think that he would waste it on, material things.
No.
I don't see him buying a bunch of souvenirs.
No. I think he bought that T-shirt. And that was the only souvenir that he was gonna have.
I figure he was the type of person that would probably bring his mom or something along with him.
Yeah.
Because he probably lives with her.
Yeah.
But he calls her his roommate. You mean your mom?
I used to have a roommate, but then my mom moved to Florida.
Right. But that, folks, is Office Space, and that is one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah, easily. Easily top 10, possibly even almost top 5.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, very highly quotable. I give, on a scale of 1 to 100, this is 95% quotable.
95.
Yes, a very high number, but like we started off, I think the very first time I took notes on this movie, the very first time I watched it. Now, granted, there was a lot of alcohol involved, I
have no recollection of that.
I think I had 3 pages of notes. And that was it. And then when we watched it again, and then again, and then again.
I missed so many details.
Yeah. This is not a mundane detail, Michael.
No.
It was, I think I ended with 27 pages of notes.
I had 15.
But you were also on a legal pad, and I was writing in a composition book.
That's true.
Yeah.
You did have the handicap there.
Yes, I did have the handicap. But it was a very, very fun time. It's just such a great movie. And hopefully it's, gotten people to where they're like, you know what, I'm going to go home tonight and watch Office Space.
If you've never watched it, you should. And if you have seen it, then you should go watch it again.
Exactly. Yes.
Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening. And see you next time.
Yeah. And the one thing I can say about this is I did absolutely nothing. And it was everything that I dreamed it could be.
Quotable Morgan out.
Quotable Dutch out.
Bye, everyone.